it going, guys? I'm Tim.
And I'm Dylan.
And today we have another limited release from the Vale Brewing Company.
Raindropz, 8% alcohol double IPA, single hop with enigma from Australia. A hop not many people are familiar with.
It's a really nice color. Look at that, like, fluorescent orangey yellow haze. It looks actually the closest to a treehouse beer that I've ever seen a non-treehouse beer look like.
Yes, without being literally turbid.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of floaties, nothing major.
Vale tends to do that. It's been it's almost a month old now?
It's about a month old. It's just a little bit of hop residue. Nothing to really worry about. Nothing to worry about
Maybe
at all.
it's not a month old. Though it is.
Yeah, it's 2/14.
Yep.
So it's basically a month old.
And this is what the floaters in a month-old beer look like. You might not be able to see it on camera.
No, let's see. I'll try to bring in a little bit, but they're really nothing to worry about. A little bit of white specks here and there. You know, you swirl it, they go away.
If you can't see it, we'll post a photo or something.
We're just gonna do that video.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, smell. Herbaceous, kind of spicy.
Ooh.
You know.
Yeah,
You know that sap.
Yeah.
Taste and smell.
It's like an herbal tropical rind.
I like to think of it as a mix between Galaxy Nelson and Chinook.
Yep, I can see that. There's like a piney quality to it, but at the same time there's like this pineapple papaya note, and then there's a little bit of like citrus rind in there too. That's kind of cool. Hand motion.
I think Galaxy Nelson Chinook is the best combo I'd come up with for smell wise.
It smells really good actually.
Let's
Super
just taste
tropical.
it. You've never had Enigma before?
Nope.
I love it. Some people hate it.
That's different. That is, again, it's very green tropical. Like, if you could wrap a peach up in a pine needle and eat it, that's basically what I'm getting right now.
I get a lot of earthy, herbal kind of notes.
Yeah, that's the pine needle, the earthiness, the herbalness.
Yeah.
The pine is coming through to me on my palate the most, but there's a distinct, just kind of grassy, herbal, leafy note to it.
Almost sappy.
That's what I was gonna say. Sappy.
I think that's where my impression of Chinook comes in it.
Wow. That's very different, but very good.
As it warms up, you'll see layers come out.
We'll come back to you.
Yes.
Alright, so we are back to give our final thoughts on the Vale's Raindropz with a Z.
Yes.
Because edgy.
Yes.
It's their, what is it, double IPA? Brewed with
double
enigma
IPA,
hops.
8%, brewed with 100% enigma hops. They're really nailing the haze look, the treehouse look, without being overly turbid.
You had to drop it.
So
go for it.
You go first.
Okay. So, as it warms up, it's kind of great. The smell goes pretty heavily to a cantaloupe, honeydew type of melon smell. And that's a really nice change because it starts out really green, and then as it warms up, it just gets progressively more fleshy, citrusy, fruity. And it's really kind of cool, actually. I really like that change.
I don't know how many of you have had the dragon fruit that has actual flavor, the red one. But that's what it tastes and has a background smell to me. It's a light taste. Dragon fruit's a really light flavor, so it's hard to pick up. It's amongst the melons and the more bitter aspects, grapefruit.
It's one of the cool things is it is distinctly melony, even on the nose and the taste right now, both of them. Whereas it started off very green, very herbal, a warmer Enigma is distinctly it's fleshy, melony.
It's 100% taste and smell difference, which is why it's my favorite beer and my favorite single hop beer. It's a great beer to single hop with because it's so complex, which is awesome, and it's really hard to find that. You're so used to seeing Citra and Galaxy single hop beers when it's just fucking one note, and this is way different. And it also has very little bitterness at all.
No, aside from the initial herbal dankness, there's really no bitterness to it. That's just a flavor.
Yeah.
It's a chlorophyllic flavor instead of dankness.
So there's very little bitterness. Taste and smells amazing. Goes down easy for an 8%. You would.
Yeah. This is sessionable.
You should take another sip before we do the final chug. which we stole from Greg's beer reviews. It's true.
You've told me this before.
He's the only one that does it.
I think that's a good way to do it, personally. I think that's a good...
Yeah, why not get trashed?
Good way to end it.
Final check.
Oh, boy.
Good to the last drop.
It's like herbal melon. Anyway.
It went down so easy.
It did. We're going to give it 100 because that's a fantastic beer.
And it was your first experience with Enigma.
First experience with Enigma. It has roughly an 80 on Untapped, which I think is really low for it, and I think that's due to the Enigma hop being such a different type of experience than the average New England style hop.
It's not a commonly used thing. It's relatively new. It's hard to get a hold of. I mean, the only other brewery that's popular that I know of that has one is Trillium, and that's Enigma 4.0. Other than that, you don't hear about it too much.
Mm-hmm.
Which Vale's starting to use it. I'm excited. I'm giving it 100 too.
I think that's a good score for it. I think it's a good representation of Enigma. Not that I've ever had another Enigma beer, but...
Oh, from what I told you.
Yeah. It's pretty on point from the flavor profile that we looked up.
Okay. We'll see you in the next video.